Well, hello everybody, this is DMRE Dino here with an FIA Nations, probably one of my most fun, boring, exhilarating races I've had in such a long time. 50 laps of patience, timing and super strategy. So we've got the people who ended up JR Calderon in P1 quali, VIBSR in P2 quali, as well as UFT Diogo Typer. These are all gents who ended up in the top 50 for Nations. Followed by myself, DMRE Dino, with door number 15. Now, door number 15 suggests that I should be placing 15th in this lobby, or I'm 15th rated with regards to the DR rating. Another Prima driver. The only thing that is different in this lobby than the usual lobby is P11 to 20. Unfortunately, DC. Again, as you can see, a VGA driver. Super. Now, gents, this is a 15 laps, basically a sprint race with tire wear as well as fuel wear. So optimal is going to be for me to get a P2 and P3. That's probably one of the longest grid starts waiting for the lights, which is great for me. So what we will go through is probably all the thought patterns that went through in such a small sprint race. Please let me know what your thoughts are, and also if you can count how many times I use the word tire saving, that will be absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. We're gonna launch all-wheel drive, grid start with false start check, and away we go. Immediately everybody goes on the inside, tries to get the defensive lines and the turn 1 bombers out of the way. Single file, everybody goes through. No very big incidents. At this time, I want you gents to see P8, Enzo Pugh. He did start at 10th, maybe had a bad quali, but have a look at him towards the end of the race. So all I'm thinking to myself is here, just settle the nerves, calm the nerves. And the little blessing is P6 behind me is trying to take P5, so I am thinking break the slip. Let's make this a 4-way battle. They are obviously impatient, don't want to stick with the pack, and this is going to cost him severely. Always remember, in sprint races like this, try and stay with the pack head, otherwise you will definitely lose out. Do not be greedy in the early stages of the race. We'll just be giving you a nice distant view of lap 1, everybody getting settled in quite nicely. Have a look at Enzo Pio in P6 making moves. Let's jump into cockpit view, where I need to let you focus for the next 2 laps perhaps. I want you to notice the difference in lines, how long I take to downshift, and I'll tell you exactly why in a moment. So this is going to be a 15 laps no stop sprint race to the end with the WRX all-wheel drive. WRX all-wheel drive, well, most all-wheel drive cars have a significant tire wear, mostly in front, which makes it understeer like a demon itself. Great news for me, I'm in a good position starting to break the slip from behind. Ahead, P2 is making a move on P1 successfully. This should see the train slow down a little bit. Great news for me as I try and keep a safe distance from the back as well as a safe distance from the guys in front, so I can just do wider lines. Have a look at how wide I go here compared to them, because I know I would rather keep this battle for the end. Coasting, coasting, coasting. No hard brakes, lifting, planting. Very low downshifting. All this to save tires. Also notice how much I lift here, going inside and then plant on more in a straight line as not to go wide as the slipstream will definitely make you go slightly faster and destroy your tires. So rather lift, going deeper right behind them and lift off and let their slipstream. As you can see, just going very deep, lift and coast. Lap 3, race is settling. The guys at the back are just not out of the reach yet. As you can see, Enzo Pugh in P5. In 3 laps, he's moved from P5. 5 positions rather, from P10 to P5. All I can think about now is let's break the slip. This guy's on the move. So everything is about saving tires, gents. So nothing happens in the next lap. I'll just skip forward. Continue just chilling, keeping the format. I'll get a good run. VIB ahead is definitely starting to push it. He's not trying to conserve tires. And again, another blessing. UFC Diego Typer obviously is feeling Jared Calderon is losing too much time to the leader, and he doesn't want the leader to go away. So technically it's a good move that he's making, as I believe he wants to start chase down the leader, as Jared Calderon probably conserving a little bit too much tires and losing too much time on it. Nonetheless, my only goal is to make sure we don't lose slip. As you can see, I try and go in deep to still maintain the distance to the people at the back. So all we need to do here is try and keep up. After that move, just settles again. Not much happening, the guys obviously conserving, trying not to let the people behind us back in slip. VIB in P1 is definitely making a solid move, trying to get the gap. Diogo Typer is slightly catching up at the expense of tires, which you will see at the later stages if that works out in our favor. Rushing deep coast, so don't have to be high on the brakes. Just to reach your throttle, so going deep behind them. So at this point is when I realize Jared Calderon is definitely either losing a bit more time or they are destroying the tires a significant amount. Both of them are going wide. This is where I realize their tires are most probably certainly a little bit worse than mine. We can quickly have a look at the comparison after the next lap. I told myself, listen, you need to make a move. You've got the tire wear on them. You've been saving for 7 laps, going wider lines, lifting, coasting, not braking as hard. Let's start pushing. Another factor that made me do that overtake rather now than later is because of the following. The guys at the back, Enzo Pugh and Prima Kazuya, have caught up. So this is where I told myself, listen here, need to make your move. Jump on the inside on UFC Diogo Typer. I'm not going to get catch. I'm not going to be a catch to P5 and 6. I will rather shift my way to the front and then try and work this strategically as possible. Yeah, so now this is where I need to start defending, as the guys have now realized the people behind us are starting to become close. Creeping closer and closer. I need to gain my spot. I do not want to be involved in the battles at the back while we've got P1 creating that gap with about 8 laps to go. I have a close look at my rearview mirror. As you can see, P5 and P6 have caught up. My move cannot have been better timing than to what I did it. Absolutely perfect timing. Now you will see the chess game of playing. I'm going slightly bit deep, trying to slow it down the guys behind me a little bit in order to bundle them up behind me. Now the reason I'm doing this is to ensure that they start picking each other off one by one while I work on the guy ahead, VIBSR. That's my goal. I know I've been saving for this. Let's quickly have a look at the tire difference after Diego Typer needs to make me push wide. Side by side, again I've got the tire wear. I'll have the upper hand. He's flashing me for one or two reasons. Either let's catch up, the guys are behind me, I'm afraid, that's what he's saying. Or he's saying, listen here, do not block me, let me go and try and catch P1. Now this is definitely not something I want to do right now. There's still 7 laps left. I'm not going to start chasing down VIB now because of the times that he's doing. He's definitely destroying his tires. I'm still maintaining my wide lines. As you can see, keep it wide to the left, smooth downshifts. And my plan is starting to work. P3, 4 and 5 and 6 are super close to each other, and it should start working now. My absolute master plan. Let's get them bundled up back together. On the next backstrap we quickly do a tire comparison and I'll show you the difference between my tires and them. Again, slowing it down a little bit, hard on the throttle, try to get a good exit so they don't catch up to me. Have a look at the bottom left at the tire wear. This is mine. With the guy ahead. Look at the difference. Mine again. And Diego Typer. Almost double and half. Again, he tries to make a move on me. Got the superior tire wear. I know this for a fact. And Enzo Pugh does exactly what I want them to do. I let them think I don't have the pace in order for them to scramble with each other and lose my slip. Let's see how long it will take for my plan to start deriving even better and better. As it stands, the last 4 laps worked out to a T exactly how I wanted these positions to run out and turn out. Doesn't always work that way, but everything I wanted to happen behind me happened. I pulled them closer. I made my move just as they got close enough. I started bundling them up so they could pip each other off as I knew the next 5 laps. I knew what my race pace was able to do and what I was going to be able to do. So let's see how it works. So there's about a 3 second or a second and a half, 2 seconds gap from me to VIBSR. Can I make the chase happen? Let's see. Another quick comparison against the tires. Position 1, look at the tire wear. Position 2, look at the tire wear. Position 3, look at the tire wear. Let's see how this pans out. Still trying to bundle them up. Still going wider than most. Let's jump into cockpit view again. Let's do 1 lap entertainment and enjoy a lap without any commentary. Then we'll jump into the action, which is the most favorite part of my race. This is where I tell myself, now it's time to break this slip. They are diving. Jared Calderon, my plan working absolutely perfect. He's making moves. He's showing his intent. And I have done it. Gone. Forced them to dive into each other. Jared Calderon obviously saved tires alongside me the whole race. He wanted to make his move now. Enzo said no. And absolutely perfect strategy has worked out. Let's see if I can chase down P1. He's obviously trying to avoid the slip, which is down to 750. I'll just skip ahead about 1 or 2 races, 1 or 2 laps after lap 11. Just have fun, enjoy this. As you can see, already starting to get the gap. He's going wider. Tyre wear is suffering. Instant gain on the two right-hand sweeps. I'm gonna jump a little bit forward as to when I reach the slipstream, which is inevitable. Apologies for that. Inevitable at this moment. And then I will show you 3 intense laps. Ladies and gentlemen, the race is on. No one behind us. Everything to gain. Let's have a look at this chase. Will I win it at the end? Will I get P2? Stay tuned. Not this time, buddy. Definitely not going to let you run it. Already have the speed on you. It is on. Taking a deep dive to cut into that slipstream. I won't lose time on the exit as his slipstream will pull me into the attacking zone. Will I be able to overtake him on time before the next 2 laps is done and the race is finished? Will my perfect master plan strategy with regards to the people behind me have worked out exactly the way I wanted to? Let's see. All I need is a good run on him. I'm not going to try and do a dive bomb on turn 1 with a big straight like this at the back. So obviously I went a little bit wider to get a mad good run on him. He still wants to defend on the inside. I've got the speed already done, side by side. Will I pull this off? Absolutely fantastic racing. Side by side, he's got the inside line, I've got the outside. These guys at the back still fighting. On the uphill, who had the better run, myself or him? I closed the door and the race is on. The race is on. Again, I've got the upper end entire way. This I know for a fact. I planned all of this from the start. Not often that everything works out exactly the way you wanted to. Approaching the second last laps, final straight. Will I be able to defend my position off and win this race? He tries a cutback move, doesn't have the tyre wear. I push to the limit, go a little bit wide. At least I still maintain the speed. Tyre wear on my side. Can I do it? Definitely I am going to try and avoid the slip as he will get a rundown on me. He moves to the inside. Just didn't have a good run on me. Now to the uphill. He'll be in my slip. Is he going to make the move? Or have I secured the position? I go slightly defensive on the inside. I want to secure my spots. Only need to know the next 2 corners. Tyre wear helps. Definitely helps. He goes a little bit wide. He tried to push quite significantly. All to the final corner. I have managed to have the race of 2021 for me. A simple sprint race, 15-15, with so many factors that planned out exactly the way I planned it. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. What a race. VIBSR, I salute you for the amazing race. Super fun, super clean. Gents, please let me know what your thoughts were with this specific race and the strategies and everything that was involved. Thank you so much, DMRE.